Secretary Rosamond Kindler. Madam Secretary, we're talking about restricting the American private sector from making investments in foreign countries in the interest of national security. Are we not?
Senator, I think you're asking about outbound investment
Yeah.
restrictions. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, that is the
Okay.
nature of
And sometimes that may be necessary. Am I correct?
I think that's correct, yes.
Okay. My question is the Biden administration doing the same thing for the foreign aid that it gives to foreign countries? For example, the Biden administration is giving over $1 billion in foreign aid to South Africa, is it not?
Senator, I'm sorry, I'd have to defer that to a different department. It does not.
Are we reviewing that as to whether it's in the interest of national security?
I'm sorry, Senator, that we look at technology transfers, and we are reviewing those carefully to determine.
Yeah, but if we give them the money, they could use it to buy technology, correct?
If it is restricted under our regulations, I would say no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, our export controls are in place to restrict technology transfers, whether it's goods, software, or technical data.
But we're still giving the Biden administration is still giving a lot of foreign aid. And what I'm asking is it reviewing that foreign aid with the same national security standards that you're proposing to restrict the private sector?
I'm sorry, Senator, I'm simply not in a position to answer that, but I'd be happy to take it back and continue working with you on that.
The Biden administration is still giving money to the Wuhan lab, is it not?
I'm sorry, Senator. I focus on technology transfers. I'm not familiar.
Do you know if we're reviewing that money in the interest of national security?
I do not. I'm sorry.
Okay, could you get me an answer for that one?
Yes, we will find the right people to get to you.
Love Senator Kennedy from the great state of Louisiana. Wait a second. Did he just say that the Biden administration is still giving money to the Wuhan lab? You know, where like they try to blame COVID on bat soup from a wet market, and we found out, whoopsie, it was after all these years from the Wuhan lab. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, I'm sure. But let's talk about communist China. Okay, we are at war with China. It's not with guns and bombs. It is by them tacitly and silently trying to ruin us. First of all, they're trying to infuse our country with divisive agendas, whether it's LGBTQ or pronouns or men and women's sports. They want us to be extremely divided. They are using that through TikTok and other means to try to create internal strife. Second of all, they've stolen all of our manufacturing. That's been going on since the 70s and 80s, and now we are absolutely a disaster. We don't even manufacture our own antibiotics to the tune of over 90% are made in China. Okay? They're buying up farmland in our country near military bases. Do you think that's normal? No. There's so much more that they're doing with the border. They are the reason why a lot of fentanyl is coming through our border. So anything that we can do within this administration to try to stop communist China would probably be a good idea. So this seemingly homely but very nice woman who keeps saying, oh, that's not what I do, I'd love to get back to you. Maybe she should start taking this a little more seriously and ask some of her colleagues, who are also probably useless bureaucrats who have been in Washington forever, what they are doing. Are they just so on the take that they don't care? Are they so blind by Biden and his cronies that they think it's okay, or they just don't understand? Whatever it is, we need to stop, and we all need to realize, whether Democrat, Republican, or independent, that China is not our friend. They want to destroy us, and they're happy to do it, and they don't even need guns or bombs.